Hi, I'm Alana Hippensteel from Pharmacy Times. Today, I'm speaking with Guillermo Rodriguez Navarrete, the founder and CEO of Nutriermo, and Elaine Ladd, the Chief Pharmacy Officer of Pharmacy Development Services, or PDS, in advance of the 2021 virtual PDS conference. Elaine and Guillermo are both with me today to discuss one of the upcoming presentations at PDS this year on the growth opportunities in the health and wellness space for pharmacy. And Guillermo, what role does social media have in the health and wellness field?
Well, for me specifically, everything. So everything I do, and I used to do it first when I used to work for pharmaceutical companies and laboratories as a speaker or helping them internally, and it was different. You can help 1,000 people. You go to one of those conventions that they do it yearly. You
Mm.
can help probably 1,000, 2,000 people at the same time. But social media makes that get to hundreds of thousands of people.
Wow.
So I have like 1 million followers in my social media.
Mm.
So the fact that I can do a story, and I just did, and I tag you and Pharmacy Times about it, that will be seen, uh, and that's like the average per day of one Instagram story for 50,000 people.
Wow.
Do you know how difficult it was 10 years ago when I was a speaker for those guys to get 50,000 views on something, on a topic or a conference or whatever? It's impossible. You need to be Eddie Clapton or, I don't know, Michael Jackson to get that crowd of people
Yeah.
following you or getting into a stadium to listen at you. You don't need a stadium anymore. You can do the same thing and they will follow you, listen at you,
Mm-hmm.
follow your advice, buy the supplement, do what you if you build trust. Social media is the ultimate service that
Mm-hmm.
a pharmacist or whoever healthcare person can do to everyone. And I see nurses having hundreds of thousands of followers.
Mm.
There are nurses with million followers because they focus on their patients during the day and they let time apart to have service also for people that are not in the hospital. So what they know, they put it available for everybody. And what you see every day in your hospital, you get home, and instead of watching a Netflix film or series or whatever, you do stories and tell people what you saw in your hospital and how to fix it and how can they get the benefit of following you. And that's what I do with nutrition. It's easy to be in the pharmacy and doing some, okay, we have the HIPAA and all those things about the patients and we have to take care of some kind of things, but that's unstoppable. No HIPAA can stop healthcare professionals sharing things on social media to help other people. And people will follow you and learn from you, and they will buy from you, and they will do whatever. You just give them value, and they will follow you wherever you want them to follow you because they need help. And if they can have that help being on their houses while you are in your practice, every time that I have a patient in front of me in my practice, and that patient have something that get healed with nutrition or get reversed in any sense, in any way, I ask the patient if the patient want to do it and help others. I do a story at that same moment and shoot it and throw it. And even if it's not thousands of people, let's say there's 10 people, because everyone will start from with 10 people, friends and family. Don't don't be so don't worry about people thinking this or that about you. That is a service. It's a public service that this amazing system, social media, is giving us the chance to do. So again, if we can have more reach, if we can get to more people, if you have really something that can help people, not doing social media, it's like a lack of respect for that gift that you learn and you got from God and from your effort and studying. So give that gift to people. Share that gift in social media. You will get happy. There's a lot of pharmacists that are getting famous in social media and they are doing a great job.
Yeah, on that point of pharmacists who are active on social media, Elaine, are there any pharmacists, to your knowledge, who are really visible in the health and wellness space today?
Can you see how visibly nervous I am to answer this question? I want to plead the fifth on this one. You know, when I think about it, right, there are hundreds, there are thousands, and too many to name. So if I started naming my besties, right, that are really amazing, sharing their talents and their gifts and their skills with the populations on social media, there I would undoubtedly forget one or more. And can you imagine the backlash that I would get? So I'm pleading the fifth on this one.
That is, yeah, I definitely understand needing to be cautious. um, absolutely. Um, Guillermo, what are you
I can
keeping
tell
your
you one. If you want. I
sorry?
can tell you one.
Go
Okay.
ahead, you can answer.
Yeah, so I would not I would not get anyone upset with this. So there's one that I particularly follow and admire.
Mm,
His name is James Di Nicolantonio.
okay.
Unusual last name is James Di Nicolantonio.
Okay.
He wrote a book. He's a researcher and a pharmacist. He wrote a book called was him famous. Other than his research, he's an amazing guy doing reviews and research. His publications are widely cited, and he's pretty well known for that. But
Mm,
I think his boost was his first book, which
got it.
was called Salt Fix,
Okay.
and he put the myths about salt completely down, and he
Mm,
put science on why we should get salt back in our meals.
right.
And after that, he did another book with Dr. Mercola called Superfuel,
Mm,
talking about start using fat as fuel again and not sugar, as we did for the last 50 years.
mm,
And now he has another book that I completely forgot the name, but the third book is amazing too.
great.
So he is probably one of the most known pharmacists in either Twitter or Instagram, and is pretty active. I recommend people to follow him.
Great. That's excellent. Thank you for the recommendation.